And we are back. Thank you for waiting. We are Trade Paper Hacks. I tried to do it like announcer boy. It didn't pan out.
No, you don't have the bass.
If you go back left and right on the mixer, then it'll pan out.
This is the announcer boy.
Okay, so we are still here, hanging out with Austin Towley. I had to look at the notes to remember your last name. Didn't pan out. And your first name. And to remember that you're sitting on the other side of Mark, because I don't ever look over there. I don't make eye contact with Mark during the show. It's a
No
rule.
eye contact. We don't look at each other during it.
Yes. Oh my God.
I got
No! Stop talking! Stop talking!
You caught it right back here.
Mission accomplished.
Nothing goes over my head, for I would catch it.
My reflexes are fast.
My reflex too fast. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Let's talk a little Spider. Jeez, that gas leak. I don't know what it is. Okay, so you're a Spider-Man fan. I forgot to take my notes out, so I'm going to pull them up right now. Let's talk your favorite Spider-Man stories. You've already talked about Rain and your love affair with Dan Slott. Jerk.
Sorry.
Let's talk about some of your other favorite Spider-Man stories. Like, okay, do you have a favorite decade of Spider-Man? Favorite, did you really, absolutely, since you love Dan Slott, I have to assume you really loved One More Day, or Brand New Day was the final.
Wasn't a fan of that.
No.
Brand New Day was the aftermath of all that, right?
Yes. You had
Basically
One More
the
Day.
reset of the universe and
Yeah.
I like Big Time.
That wasn't bad where you got all the different suits, but it's still kind of...
I think they were trying to get...
I almost felt like it was a flavor of the week sort of story.
Isn't that almost every Spider-Man book, though?
That's not always true. No.
But see, not really, because, I mean, out of Brand New Day, you got the Gauntlet, so that was good.
And that was not a villain of the week, but a story arc of, like, you'd have, like, 3 or 4 issues for each of his Sinister Six villains, but they were all modernizations. They were all really good, really deep, very character-driven, not written by Dan Slott. Who did I say wrote? Joe Kelly was responsible for that.
I love the cover art on those.
I love the interior art, I love the cover art, I love the interior story. Hell, I even like the letters on the front of the pages. Like, it was a good story arc, and I don't know why that's not framed better. Like, you don't hear people shouting that from the rooftops, but you have people... Did you love Spider Island before I go off and insult it? Then you have people saying, Spider Island was great! If you love Spider-Man, go read Spider Island. And I'm like, go die in a fire!
I think that some of it is what... Okay, it seems like when you write a story for one of the big two type characters, and we'll stick with Spider-Man here, obviously, but when you're writing a story for Spider-Man, you have to deal with what it is that Marvel wants for its brand across all levels of media. So you can't really take it to some of the darker places like you might in Spider-Man Reign, or like, you know, some of the places where you want to see a more mature Spidey doing what he does, especially when they're trying to make him maintain that youthful, like with the MCU, a 15 or 16-year-old Peter Parker, that youthful, relatable thing that's always been great about Spider-Man. So you've got these two warring thoughts or houses on, like, Spidey can do these things because he's grown into them, and then Marvel wants to keep them new and relatable. So it's...
I just don't like young Spider-Man. It's over for me. Like, yeah, it was cute. I'm not gonna like the Marvel Universe one. Just right off the bat.
Oh, you're talking about the cinematic universe?
Yeah, and when they try to do the comic books and they try to make him high school Peter, I don't like that. That's why I like Superior Spider-Man.
Okay, so you weren't a fan of Ultimate Spider-Man?
No, didn't like it.
I loved Ultimate
So you
Ultimate
guys
Spider-Man. Yeah, we may disagree on that, but I understand where he's coming from, because...
Yeah, but you're talking Peter Parker, Ultimate Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay, just to clarify, because there's
Oh, yeah.
people out there who have
there's
no idea that ever existed.
110 issues of Peter Parker, Ultimate Spider-Man. Who's
more than that.
Sorry. Stalled the show. Something was clicking and it was bothering me.
Oh.
Let's make sure that's not what was causing all these goofy audio problems we're having.
Well, the only other Ultimate Spider-Man you could do is Miles Morales, and Miles Morales is awesome.
So I think they're both awesome. But okay, I understand. And did you like Teenage Spider-Man when you were growing up?
Yes, I liked him for the reason is like that's the kind of reason I became a wrestler.
You were a wrestler.
Because of Spider-Man.
Holy crap. Another wrestling segue on this damn show.
Yeah, because you can't get away from it.
Ricky still texts me to this day. Like, we're going to come back on the show.
We need to get Ricky back on the show.
We need to get Ricky his own wrestling show.
We might work on that.
Okay, we might work on that. He doesn't.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it yet?
I haven't talked to him about it.
Well, now he knows.
Don't tell him and see how much of a fan this guy is.
Oh, he's not.
He's not.
He has better things to
Yeah,
do.
at least Austin listens to the show.
Thanks,
Yeah,
bro.
listen to the show.
Yeah. Okay,
He
so
won't have to listen to this one. He's here for it. So we're gonna take a hit on numbers this week.
Yeah, it's like half.
you're
Right.
still gonna listen. I listen.
I'm
to my
still
own
gonna
show.
listen.
Yeah, he's gonna. How much of a douche did I sound like on a microphone?
Oh,
That's me.
You
That's
a
my
lot,
version.
yeah.
Oh, I sound like a total d-bag. Which is also the name of a new segment we have coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that later. Okay, but so you kind of liked it growing up, but I think the thing is that Spider-Man is an amazing audience proxy in
Yeah.
any scenario, but so much so that he's the most relatable character. That's why Spider-Man was so successful, is because he was an everyday Joe that got superpowers, like an everyday kid.
Yeah.
And he grew into learning them. And so as we get older, as we get married, as all that, we start to identify with the married adult responsibilities. Peter Parker, he has to hold down a job
Right.
and a marriage and a superhero, because that's what we think we can put ourselves in, right? That's the best part of Spider-Man. Can't do that with Batman. I don't have the diligence to, vacuum my house.
Yes. You're not going to train to be at peak physical condition, then.
I'm very much not. But
Like he
it's
perches on his couch in his underwear, just staring at the vacuum cleaner.
yeah.
Clean this room.
I am vengeance. I am vacuum.
Is there another superhero that you could say that is more relatable than Spider-Man?
There's not.
That
Not in
makes it
comics
grown up?
mediums. Not in comics mediums, no. I mean, a lot of people can kind of go with maybe Iron Man for
I got
alcohol abuse and stuff like that, but that's kind of stretching it.
How about Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable?
That's no.
Why is that a
Why
no?
not?
No.
That's
no?
like the most relatable scene of any superhero I've ever seen.
That's a movie.
Well, like
It's
you said,
superhero.
maybe I think you just said maybe outside of comics medium, and so that's what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
did I?
Yeah,
That could be my fault.
So not only
He set
that-
you up to fail, Jason, is what
I might have.
happened.
No. I'll retract my statement. I was gonna say in comics, but yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's definitely a relatable character because it's a guy learning it surface level.
Side note: did you know that M. Night Shyamalan is trying to option to have a television series produced of Unbreakable?
He has that show right now. Just like
I didn't know that.
he has a show.
He has a show.
Yeah, it has.
He's making this up.
He's alive.
M. Night Shyamalan has a TV show
It's a
out.
twist.
Wayward Pines is the name of the show, I think,
Okay.
and it's kind of a
I
Silent
believe-
Hill type
I've seen the poster.
thriller movie. Or thriller
I've
show.
heard the name on
Grass coming out of
something.
her
Yeah.
mouth.
I remember seeing the actor that's in it and going, "Oh, okay," and being kind of excited about it.
Right on.
Comic book character that people have seen grow up into responsibility. I have a perfect one from DC.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to guess it.
You won't guess it.
I'm gonna try to guess it.
Booster Gold.
Nope.
See, no.
Shut up.
Harley Quinn.
Yes, because she has just grown. No.
I saw that new 52
She's
design.
grown
She,
size.
Yeah, she's grown in places. No. Wally West went from Kid Flash to taking over for Barry Allen after he died, becoming the Flash and becoming a superhero.
Hey, that's a good point. I mean, that's
finish,
a good point.
finish your thought.
No, I mean, like what else?
That was his thought. He's right.
I'm just saying. Well, yeah, I'm just kind of agreeing with you that
All
if you
right.
get to watch a Kid Flash go through and become a legacy character, and then carry out the same type of duties and all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty
duties.
awesome. Wow.
And then he did that for a long time because a generation of kids, their Flash was Wally West.
Yes.
It was not.
When would
Barry
that have
Allen.
been? Like, what decade is that?
Like the 80s.
Yeah. 80s
Wow.
into the 90s.
Yeah.
Barry didn't come back until
Late 90s, early 2000s, something like that.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, I think it was early 2000s.
And
So
it's
there's
one
a
the
lot of
crises that brought
people.
back.
I mean, a lot of people were upset that Barry Allen was the Flash in the TV show that's out. They don't want Barry Allen to be the Flash in the movie because people want the Wally West Flash.
I don't like the name Wally West. Just wouldn't try, like, they're not gonna be, hey Wally, go save the.
Good job, Wally. Save the people.
Wow.
It's too Marvel with the
Go get 'em,
alliteration.
Wally.
Yeah, it's a little too Marvel. Okay. But let's talk favorite storylines. You said Rain.
Yeah.
Let's hear some others. Something-
Big Time, I liked
Yeah,
it.
you liked Big Time because you like a lot of costume options.
Yeah. And I like Goblin Lord, just like from Superior Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right. That's when Norman had gotten a facelift, and then
Started getting the tattoos of people in the back.
people started getting tattooed. Did you get a goblin tattoo?
When it came out,
You thought about
they were
it?
giving the little stick-on
Yeah.
tattoos, and I got one, and I was gonna get one, but I got so corroded at my thing, I forgot about it.
Oh man.
And I was gonna get one, on the back of my neck. My wife was like, "You can't get them when you have t-shirts on." So I gotta have a job.
Oh,
Stupid jobs.
stupid jobs.
Growing up in town.
Right.
too.
I hate being
I like
growing
Craven's Last Hunt. But
Okay, I was going to ask some
yeah,
classic
yeah.
stories.
Yeah,
okay?
that's a great one,
That's
yeah.
quintessential. And that's not comic book 101 for any.
I was just saying, I've never read that one.
You
I've
should.
never read Craven's Last Hunt.
Now the one they made with Craven's daughter, I really didn't really appreciate that one.
Is that's the? It wasn't Craven's Last Hunt. That was the one where that was the end of the Gauntlet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't like that part of it.
The best, yeah, it was her part in that storyline was kind of weak, but everything that built up to it, and when Spidey stormed Craven Manor at the very end was fantastic. Did you read that, Tech Booth?
Mm-mm.
Literally, Spider-Man facepalms somebody, and it's amazing. Like, that's my teaser for that. Go read that.
Okay.
Anything like, oh, did you read? I'm surprised you don't have art from this on your body. Shed, the Shed storyline, which was the lizard. The lizard mentality takes over Kirk Connor's physical body.
I read it,
Yeah.
and I love the art of it.
Chris Pachala.
But-
Yeah.
Like the way my tattoos are set up, that has to be something big and beautiful. So
That's
that's like
fair.
a side piece. Like I'm not gonna get a small, dumbed down picture of it.
That's fair.
If I was gonna get it, I'd probably get it on my whole leg.
I had an opportunity for like $150 to buy some Chris Pachala original inks with Spider-Man on panel, like fighting. I think it was Tombstone because the inker lives around here somewhere. It was $150, and I didn't do it,
Why not?
and that bothered me.
Where's the drop
Find
for
it.
that?
Yeah. Okay, that's a little too much.
longest
That's a lot.
They hated you.
Yeah, they're very upset with you for that.
Oh, I'm still mad at myself for not picking that up. But yeah, that's an amazing storyline because you see the things that Spider-Man handles best is responsibility and dealing with loss. Like that's and Spider-Man loses in that story hard. Like the casualty list in that is borderline not Gwen Stacy level, but Captain Stacy level.
Yeah.
Of just like torment, and then because Dan Slott started writing soon after that, all of that emotional torment was lost.
Yeah. All Spider-Man was lost from there on.
Sorry, we're not big.
We're not big
fans.
Diane Slot friends. No.
You see that?
Yeah,
It's just, it happens.
The bashing shows.
I read it. I mean, I like
I still read it.
Superior Spider-Man.
I buy it. I
like
actually
that
did not
run.
buy any Superior Spider-Man because I did not agree with that story.
We tried to make him.
Why did you not agree with that story?
When I first
Concept.
read it, it was off with the concept. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would you put? And then I read it, and I was like, this is a Spider-Man that he's above everything that Peter like.
It didn't turn out bad as a concept, or it didn't turn out bad in action. But as a concept, I refuse because we had just gotten over Spider Island, which was awful, and Summer Blockbursty and Bursty.
It was blockbursty. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen Transformer movies with better plots than that. But then okay, 60s sci-fi movie trope. My brain's in your brain's in my brain now, and I'm the
Weird
bad guy.
science.
Nobody knows, and
Yeah.
all of these telepaths and brilliant people can't figure it out. And I'm just gonna fly under the radar while doing all these things. He killed a guy, and none of that ever mattered. Then you get Spider-Verse, and it's supposed to make it better, but made it 1,000 times worse. I mean, and the only good part about it was that you had Spidey-Ock was kind of a cool character.
No, the
Like, the dialogue he had was great.
the
I
coolest
like-
thing we got out of it was Spider-Gwen, out of all that.
Well, that's Spider-Verse. I'm just talking about
Spider-Verse.
the Spidey-Ock.
I think the coolest thing was the sex scene with the midget.
Because that did happen. There's something to be said. What is it, like almost 40 issues? Like 30, 38, something like that. So over the course
He
of that
counted
time,
how many issues he
Because I missed 38 issues.
like you get to watch, you just get to watch him try to maintain this facade of being Peter. Like he kind of cares about people finding out about him, and then he goes further and further along that path of becoming Octavius in Peter Parker's body, and you watch him just dissolve, like all that goodwill that he's had with all these different people. Like Wolvie gets mad at him. It's just cool to see those interactions with the characters. People trying to pay attention to Peter Parker not being Peter Parker.
Okay.
Just saying, that's kind of
No, I think that's a great point. But at the same time, it's like I tried to vote with my wallet there
sure.
by not buying it, and it turned out to be an amazing seller. And Dan Slott got put on for another 5 years. So
Jeez.
I am gonna have to pull a Dan Slott book. Like add a pull to my list. Like that. Renew your vows.
You're getting it. I'm
He's
putting it in
getting
your box.
he's getting married or back to Mary Jane. Peter's getting back
You know,
to
I was-
Mary Jane
with a child.
with child, 2
You-
children. Not
You know, he was
Two.
also
Pregnant?
writing Silver Surfer right now, right?
yeah, nobody
Yeah,
cares.
we don't.
Well, you might, because I'd read an article
loves
that he's
Silver
supposed to be doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, where Silver Surfer is explaining or unraveling some of the mysteries of what's happening at Battleworld right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's,
there is. I don't care.
He's
Yeah, I don't
writing
care.
it. Though.
I don't
No,
care.
that's fine. I don't care.
I'll bring you guys up
You know,
to par.
do you
on
know
that
why I'll never read that Silver Surfer?
Oh
I
god,
don't
here we
know
go
why.
again.
Michael Allred is doing the art on it.
one. Really?
And I will never read that book because of his art.
That's sad. I like it. I like
Just
Jared.
get him to redraw it with stick figures and then just put the
That
same
would be
dialogue.
better. That would be better. I would read that.
I like
That's
some-
fine.
I like Allred's art more than any stick figure, I guess. But
No, I'd rather look at stick figures.
Wow. Ouch. Poor guy.
that's a bold statement. Okay,
I'd rather Sean Crystal draw it.
Ooh.
Ooh, we love you, Sean.
Do we?
I don't know if you know this, Sean, but it'd be nice if you returned some of our tweets.
Yeah, we just tweet you like every 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
We haven't heard back from
Sean,
you
come
yet.
on, buddy.
Come on, Sean.
Really?
Really?
That's
Really? I thought we made an agreement when we started the show, 30 episodes, no voices.
no Satan voices.
No voices.
Oh.
Voice.
All right.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't do voices.
Oh, yeah, we were
No.
supposed to talk about Satan being
Yeah, Spider-Man,
mischaracterized.
Spider-Man was never drawn by Rob Liefeld, was he? No! There we go. No voice.
You sure about that?
No!
Okay. He doesn't remember who he drew. They have feet.
No!
Okay.
We're about to lose
See,
our guest.
yeah, Austin just met fake Rob, so.
Okay. I almost called him Fake Rob.
Fake Rob.
Big Rob Liefeld.
Yeah. So, Austin, you have Spider-Man's your favorite hero. Now, he's the best rogues gallery in Marvel. Hands down. Favorite, and I can see a spoiler from this answer. Favorite villain?
Actually, it's not.
It's not
any of
Doc
these
Ock.
guys.
Because if you're a Spider-Man fan and somebody asks you your favorite villain for Spider-Man, they fall into 2 categories. Doc Ock and Green Goblin. Oh, are you going to break the mold?
Yeah, I like Taskmaster and Hobgoblin better.
Was Taskmaster originally a Spider-Man villain?
Not originally the Avengers, but
He was
he's
in
done a
Avengers.
couple.
He's-
I just love Taskmaster in general.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a great villain.
I really want them on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to make Grant Ward the Taskmaster.
I could see him
Wow.
in the
Ooh.
Daredevil series.
He would also be great in
He'd be
Daredevil.
great in the Daredevil series.
They need to throw him in the Ant-Man movie after that issue came out a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that
Right,
was
yeah,
amazing
that was
cover.
awesome, yeah.
I feel like Taskmaster typically goes up against Deadpool these days.
No, dude,
They've had some
throwdowns,
yeah.
but who's
they're
his
using
main?
Taskmaster a lot across a lot of
In
titles.
the cartoon series of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
he was there.
He's a whole season 2 villain.
Yeah.
He's
Nice.
behind the
Okay,
scenes.
well there you go. So there's some. So Taskmaster. Who's the other one?
And Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. So one of like 5 guys who keeps stealing Norman's crap. That's okay.
He's
No.
just better.
You like the color scheme a little bit better?
Yeah.
Did you like the? Was it Phil? No, who was a recent one?
Is that the one with the
Phil
screech?
Urich,
The
yeah,
Goblin
Urich,
screech
yeah.
or whatever? Yeah, I like that.
Did you ever read him back in the 90s when he was the good guy Green Goblin right before Onslaught?
No.
That was a great like 6 to 9 episode or issue series where you had a good guy Green Goblin and he was haunted by all the former goblins like in his brain because he took the goblin serum
Wow.
and he was a hero and dealt with all these things. It was like a new Spider-Man. He was Ben Urich's nephew.
Wow.
I never
That would be
got
awesome.
And
Yeah.
then he fought Onslaught, and Onslaught broke his glider and broke some of his gear, and he couldn't afford to
re-up.
fix it. And they just dropped the character.
Oh, wow.
That's how they wrote him out of continuation. We're like, we're not going to kill him.
He's like,
Yeah.
Just, well, my stuff's broke.
Yeah.
No more being a bad guy.
And then Dan Slott went off and made that fun character a bad guy. But if you like, he had a cool design, Grant. He had the wings and the flaming sword.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the
Flaming
design
Sword is
wasn't
just
awful.
awesome. Yeah.
I never got how taking a goblin serum made you have memories of
all the
other
goblins?
It's like they just like dip some DNA or something. I'm just gonna
Here's some
All right.
memory juice in there. Good.
just put a
Some
little
Harry
piece
Potter
of brain
stuff.
out.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be some other metaphysical archetype crap that they always try to throw into these books.
You could always try to. I mean, if I were going to try to pseudo-explain it, it'd be like, well, once you're mutated, you're linked into genetic memories of all the other people mutated, just like you.
Shut up,
Stop it.
pseudoscience.
That's what you're supposed
That's
to say.
pseudoscience.
That's how you write comics, though.
Calm down, Bones.
What's your favorite Hobgoblin story?
Big time.
So big time.
I just
so
like the way you just
because you had
submitted.
you had Ben and you also had at the time in the background. What was the original Hobgoblin's name?
Oh, I was reading about this the other day.
I can tell you all of the Green Goblins. Kind of.
Kind of. I don't remember.
Did you ever read any of those? And this is Green Goblin stuff. I was a Green Goblin fan. I couldn't stand Doc Ock stuff. Maybe that's also why I wasn't really into Superior because I was biased going in.
What do you not like about him?
Nothing. It's just like I prefer. Growing up, I would always love Green Goblin stories, and then anytime there's a Doc Ock story, it got in the way of a Green Goblin story, and it's stupid. It's not grounded in anything. Man, I love the Green Goblin growing up. My favorite stuff was like the around issue 200, like 195 to issue 200, when you found out that maybe it's like 155. That Harry Osborn was the Green Goblin, and then that's also when they started diving into him doing drugs. There's a total redemption story. You don't get those like villain sympathies in any other characters, especially in Marvel. You don't get villain sympathy. You don't get.
Well, it's happened in Secret War.
You get it all the time.
It's happening in Secret Wars, but where else do you get like
Magneto,
Oh yeah,
Loki.
yeah.
Loki up until
Even
not
now,
until 5-10 years
Yeah,
ago.
the past few years, he's really turned that
Magneto
way.
has
A
been.
Force #1, you'll see it.
Venom.
That's A4. That book came out last week.
Venom.
I'm
But
talking
it's there.
like
And
prior.
so it's happening now.
Yeah.
That's what
Venom,
I'm
you
trying
get
to say.
all kinds of.
Venom
bad
wasn't
guy
like a
sympathy.
BS anti-hero in the 90s.
He's a hero now.
What about Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Yeah, Venom. Isn't
Yeah.
he?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's Flash,
Flash
Thompson.
Thompson.
That's
Yeah.
another pseudo Spider-Man though. I'm talking Eddie Brock.
He went turned into anti-venom.
He would turn into
Tried to be a
anti-venom,
hero,
and then they
but
forgot about him.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
kind
got
of put him
it, yeah.
on the back burner, and then
Oh, anti-venom. Oh, never mind.
Anti-Venom went off against Mr. Negative, like two BS characters that they tried to force on us, and then they ended up canceling each other out, and then you never heard from them again. Okay, yeah, okay, we're stalling out on this. I'm sorry.
All right.
Have you ever read any of the Marvel Knights,
yes,
Spider-Man? That stuff is going to be my recommendation to everybody at home. It's a little like
Anything Marvel Knights is a recommendation.
yeah. Mark Millar wrote it for Spider-Man, and it's golden. Pick that up.
So it's going to be confusing if you're not into comics already, because when you say Marvel Knights, like, and even me, when people say Marvel Knights, I think of like the 4-shot episodic types, standalone
Yeah.
things, right? But weren't there some ongoing titles in like '99? Did
Yeah,
they
when
only?
it first started, Daredevil, Punisher, and Inhumans had some ongoings that were really good. Brian Michael Bendis, the first time he wrote for Marvel was on the Daredevil
Yep.
for Marvel Knights. That's
Right
what
on.
got him in there. He took over Marvel along with Joe Quesada from that. So, and that Daredevil run was awesome.
Yep.
Wasn't District X one of the Marvel Knights also?
Yes, the Bishop.
Yeah,
story.
Bishop as a like detective in Mutantown. over there.
Mutantown, yeah.
good old mute.
Oh yeah, that's where they
Yeah.
introduced Mr. M. That really super powerful, awkward mutant guy that sets up some really anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm trying to find something I can recommend to you that's Spider-Man, so I can just say, "Hey, here's my knowledge over yours." Have you ever?
Done.
Did you ever? Did you ever read Spider-Man Blue?
No.
Now that's a book that's a standalone. You could pick up. I believe it's 4 issues, and it's collected in a trade. It's written by Tim Sale and Jeff Loeb. Or it's done art by who does the art? No, Loeb did the story. Tim Sale does the art. Have you ever read Batman Long Halloween? Like the quintessential some Batman stories. This duo did it, but then they did a series for Marvel they were color based. They had Daredevil yellow, Spider-Man blue. It's all about Peter's relationships with his women, with Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane.
With his women, it sounds like he's a pimp.
Yeah.
Spider women.
Spider women. Spider women better use Jimmy's. No, I say pick that up. It's a good. I think you'll like it because it's not just high school Peter. It's kind of adult Peter dealing with women issues. So there you go, adult topics and amazing art. Okay, so when we come back, we're gonna talk some just news grab bag.
Yeah, we got a little bit of news to talk about. Other things happening besides Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got to finally geek out with somebody over Spider-Man. These plebes are too busy reading like Hickman art and beautiful or Hickman.
Reading Hickman art.
Well, reading.
This one time I read
honestly,
some Hickman art, and it was like words that made me cry.
I wanted to say that
I
it
know.
is verbal art or written art.
I kind of would go with that.
Yeah, I
actually.
meant to glossify it. And
So you put
beautify
the
it.
Hickman art with the Assad Rebic art, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Combo.
Thank you for finally joining me on. I can't talk tonight. It's these Skittles. Thank you for finally joining me on that. Okay, so when we come back, we're gonna talk about a little bit of news grab bag. We got some Lucifer drama.
Drama, a little bit of teasing stuff.
We got some teasing. We got some stuff that's even not even comic books that we're gonna throw in.
Are we?
Well, they've been in comic books, but they're not strictly comic books.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and we'll be back.